Hey, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a good one. My name is Ty. In this video, I'm going to quickly go over how we help home improvement companies generate higher quality leads using Facebook and Instagram ads. At the same time, getting those leads to be booked as paying jobs using our custom built CRM system. Before we get started, I kind of want to build some credibility, just kind of going on things that you guys might be worried about or you want to focus more on. I know one is being people actually using the site and people actually seeing your company. Just a quick fact is when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, there's around 3 to 3.11 billion daily users. There's no shortage when it comes to eyes watching your company, right? So if you're looking to focus on people that are strictly in your area, there's people on it every single day, right? So you're gonna find customers in your area that are genuinely looking to buy, right? Another one is outperforming word of mouth and referrals. Many businesses I've seen, they try their best to focus mainly on it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But businesses that invest in digital marketing generate, I want to say around 3x more leads on average than relying solely on referrals and word of mouth. So it's a better way when it comes to finding people in your area and finding customers that are genuinely looking to buy your product, right? Another one is dominating your local market. Businesses that invest in local SEO and paid ads, they saw around 400% increase in visibility, leading to higher market dominance. So in all of these three things, it really shows you that we have people on here, there's people on here that are looking to buy, and companies that are using this and they're utilizing these resources is they're seeing a big increase in the return. So this is like the nitty gritty, right? This is actually our service offered itself. Of course, this is just a template because we can't, really have the same thing going for every single person, every company we work with, is we kind of do a custom built template, basically just depending on their needs and what's working for them. So this is just a rough draft of what you would see when it comes to what we do and how we're able to consistently generate higher quality jobs and in turn those jobs into paying work itself, right? So first things first is we start off by creating high quality ad creatives. We start off by creating creatives, high quality photos and videos with the focus on capturing the attention of potential customers and getting them to engage with the service offered. So after we've created those custom templates of photos and videos, usually around 30 to 60 when it comes to it, because we like to test a lot of them just to make sure that they work well, and the ones that work, we can continuously use them, and the ones that don't, we trash them. So secondly, as we create a strong, if it's a headline, same with like a compelling description. So our main thing is after a customer has stopped and they've seen the ad and they've showed interest and they have the ability to click and just learn more about the service offered. So if you're offering a service with maybe a certain percentage off, any type of thing that's appealing for customers, is they can stop and say, hey, what's going on here? I see there's a deal on a certain job and I haven't gotten it done yet. They're able to learn more about it. And from then, as we actually have a creative team that strictly just does that, right? Over years of experience, I'd say over 4 years of experience of just finding keywords and key things that have a higher intent of people actually clicking on it and wanting to know more about it. Because the main thing we want to do is we want to grab their attention. So then we can actually show them more of the content that you guys produce and more of the service work that you guys do for their fellow neighbors. So just to kind of touch a little bit more on what I said before when it comes to running 30 to 40 different photos and video ad creatives, our main idea and our main prerogative is really just data, right? Collecting as much data as we can to find the best results. Because the more data we collect is the more we can tweak things and the more we can make things a little bit better. We typically, like I said before, is we'll run around, a mixture of 30 to 40 different types of ad copies. Like I said, meaning photos and videos. And then same thing is then testing, different demographics with them. It could be age groups, it could be income status, much more. Just really depends, right? I know when it comes to, I want to say remodeling, same with plumbing is what I've seen, is people of the ages of 30 to 65 have been like the best bet when it comes to finding actual customers for residential. It's a little hidden gem right there. But yeah, so just doing stuff like that. We're finding the data, we're finding out which works, what group of people are paying the most attention to you guys, and just building upon that. And then after that is we focus on scale and focusing on high converting ads. So our next step is actually scaling those ads to maximize the quality as well as the quantity of leads gotten every month, right? So our next step is actually scaling those ads to maximize the quality and quantity of the leads gotten every month. And we usually do a testing phase, which typically takes around 30 days. So after that 30 days, we take the time to analyze the data given and structure our leads generating process around the best performing ad groups. And then we really just watch the leads flow in after that point. After we've gotten the data, we find out, hey, what type of content was working, what demographic was working, and what wasn't. And then we just, structure our process accordingly, in the future ahead. So we take the time to analyze that data. And then after that, we still have to do some tweaking, here and there, just to continue to create new ads. Because once you've used an ad, you've kind of just used it up. If the same group of 100 people see the same photo, say 100 times, is eventually they're gonna get sick of that photo and it's not gonna hit them like it did in the past. So we wanna continuously bring out new content to where they're continuously kind of being surprised and having a little bit of that dopamine rush. They're like, oh, okay, I see this company I've worked with in the past, or I've seen them consistently and I haven't, given them a call even though I need to. And it nudges them 10 times more to actually, give you a call and, get the service done. But, luckily, if we continue to study the results perfectly, then every month we'll see an increase in ads, right? So it's not like you'll have 1 month where you're getting 30 ads and the next month you're getting 5 ads. You'll see a consistent increase. If there is a decrease in a month, it'd probably be like by 5 or 10. You know what I mean? But if we're putting out so much content and we're just kind of tweaking it so much to where we're trying to find the perfect middle ground to where it's not like a big dip like you're in the crypto market, right? Now from this point on, this is what the customer experiences. And from the ad, so now from this point on, this is what the customer experiences from the initial ad to the actual follow-up message itself. First things first is they have to actually take action. Let's say John sees your ad, he sees the work you've done, he sees all the great results and reviews you guys have gotten, and decides to take action. From then, as he clicks on, let's say, a Get Quote Now button or Learn More button, which takes him to either one of two options. We can do like a messaging chat that has a highly trained AI bot that's specifically used for your business, just to kind of qualify customers, right? So when they're able to text, it's able to kind of ask qualifying questions, just to make sure that we're able to wedge down the window shoppers from the ones that are actually looking to buy. Another one we also use is a landing page, right? So a landing page with your logo, all your information, just your whole design as a company itself. And then we'll have pre-qualifying questions there. If it's your name, your number, your address, things like what service are you looking to get. It could be even more if you want to, niche down a lot, right? Let's say just strictly remodeling for kitchens, right? We'll just throw that out there randomly. Can niche that a little bit more, like how long have you wanted to get it remodeled, right? So things like that is we want to make sure that we don't have too many questions to where everyone just gets turned off, but enough to where the ones who are not serious enough to genuinely go through with it in the next, 1 to 2 weeks, find those who are, and the ones who are, as we can nurture even further. So once they put in their service request, we'll say John, right? So John and many others, they put in their service request and we verify them using our custom built CRM system that just seamlessly sends it to our Slack channel that would, set up with you guys, right? It's like a group chat, as well as through an email or straight to your calendar, just whatever you guys prefer. And then from there, as you guys can get in contact with the customer, just to give your full estimate for the job. We don't like to give pricing. We'll never do that, as we'll never give pricing on your behalf because we don't want to lowball you, right? We want to leave it up to you guys and the customer. So then from there, as we'll do our follow-up, right? So after, let's say John's completed, you guys completed John's job, is we like to take the extra step in actually encouraging them to come back and refer you to a friend's family that maybe need the same service that John got. And then, kind of how it usually looks is we'll do probably like a little system where with your service calls is if someone in the company, you guys have like a call center that takes those calls, is if they can like mark down the positive completed calls, just kind of use that data, right? Once the jobs have been completed, we like to take the extra step and actually encouraging them to come back and refer their friends and family. So let's say they need a service that, that you guys provide. We want to make sure that they encourage them to come to your company, nobody else, to be real. So kind of how it works is whoever takes your phone calls, if it's like your call center or if you have somebody that's designated, we have a way where you can just like press a button, right? And then from there you can mark down the positive calls. And then with that is a few days later or like a certain, time period later, depending on how big the job is we'll send out an automated message kind of just asking them how the service went, if they would refer you guys to, friends and family. Just a few questions would take less than a minute. And usually people, if they've gotten an amazing job completed, they usually take the time to do it because they want to show love to your company, the love you have shown them. And then, from there is, the people who respond positively, they're just prompted to take a minute to give a positive review, which is used then as like a case study. So we'll use that review as a case study to market to potential customers in the area. And we'll do certain, give backs, you would say, as companies to work with. Is what we'll do is we'll do each person you refer is you'll get like $50 off your next service, right? So things like that, where we can have an incentive for them to provide more work, so more referrals. And it's good too, right? It boosts your business reputation. Our goal is not to just really boost your social presence and annual revenue by sending you new customers, but we want to also take the extra step and really just making sure we're able to turn those first-time customers really into long-term ones, right? And so if we can continuously get them to come back and come back, that's a plus in our book. This is the whole, basically the gist of things, right? So from the very beginning, as we create the ads, right, we take care of all of them, so you guys don't have to do so, and we make sure that we're able to get you guys customers, and then from there nurture them to actually become repeating customers and give them an incentive to refer their friends and family, to where from that one customer it could turn into like 3 to 5 customers, right? So it's a pretty cool system and it works pretty well. Of course, this is just a basic template, so we would always structure it depending on your company, any part of this system, or even adding on to it, just to make sure that we're able to do the best work for you guys and just able to send in the most work, and specifically on whatever you guys want, right? Because there's some people where they want to get more exposure online, don't really care about the leads. We'll structure towards that. If you want to focus towards getting more leads and you don't care too much about, being like the rooter where everyone knows your name, then we can structure it towards that. So we want to make sure that we're able to structure it towards your business and where you want to direct your business, just to best support you guys. So yeah, I wanted to say, thank you for watching the video all the way through. If you have, then you're more than likely trying to implement something like this in your business, or you're just interested, right? And either way, if you are, feel free. Look down below, there's a calendar link. You can book a call with me, and from then is me and possibly somebody from my team will join the call, and we'll be able to just kind of discuss more about your business and just see if this is something that would be useful for you guys and it would benefit you guys in a positive way. And if so, then perfect, right? So I hope to see you soon and hear from you, and hope you guys have a good one.